Hello, welcome. Today I have with me Martin Kappa Krompolch. Great to have you here.
Good to be back. Hello to you and to everyone listening.
Uh, First, it seems like Sinners are going to the stage 2 with some momentum. How are you guys feeling after All Stars results?
Well, it's no surprise that we are feeling much better than after the stage one end. But it couldn't get much worse. So compared to that, yeah, we are in a good spot right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we can see that definitely something pushed you guys to do better. Was it only the need for global points, or was that also a need for redemption after stage 1?
I guess it's more about the redemption for me personally. Obviously, the points are important as well. Although I think even if we had to play the World Cup qualifiers, the wild card or something, we would qualify anyway. But it makes it easier for us definitely. But the fact that we got to play against the best challenger teams was motivating for me, I have to say, and we got to play alternate attacks twice, so that made it even spicier. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it's not about redempting myself for the sake of it, or just so that someone thinks something. I just wanted to start from scratch again on a new map pack for a new season, and I'm just looking forward to it because the maps are better, and I'm also in a much better spot in my personal life than I
Mm-hmm.
was like a few months ago. So I'm just enjoying myself.
All Stars was definitely success for Sinners. Maybe not a full out win, but definitely success. But do you feel like it would be remotely the same if every team showed what they've got?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I
You're the
guess
predictor.
I'm the predictor. Well, I did have my tier list. It showed you guys a little bit lower than you guys actually showed up, and that's my mistake, of course. But yeah, like, what do you think of ASC like overall as a tournament? Because my opinion is pretty much known that I think it is a pretty much terrible tournament because of a switch to a new map pack. But you seemed like a fresh start with a new map pack was actually what you wanted. So, what do you think of the ASC as a tournament overall?
I think the event doesn't make much sense in a lot of aspects, but I think Nadeo is pretty much aware about the mistakes that were made, and they will try to fix them for the foreseeable. Like the scheduling, obviously, it's not ideal that you expose your lines on the new maps 2 weeks before the league starts, and also with no cash prize. It's just, I mean, for us, there was basically a bit of cash prize because we kind of needed those points. But I think overall, with a bit more planning and bit better scheduling, the event would make a lot of sense. Like at the end of the season, or let's say mid-season, maybe between step 4, 5, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, before the start of the season, I think it was unfortunate planning, and but in general, I think it's a good idea that you get to see the all the tiers combined, and you can then really grasp how good everyone is, because it's hard to imagine how maybe Solari until you see them against second tier teams.
Mm-hmm. So, like overall, if you would like rate it like 1 to 10, what would you say like ASC when TMGL is like probably like at the highest level at the moment?
Like 3.5 maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That was pretty much expected. All right, but yeah, switch to the new map pack and talking about the new map pack. We've seen you so far only on 5 of those new maps. You seem to be proficient at all of them. Actually, according to stats, you were the best player during ASC, or at least the most consistent one.
In the
What?
playoffs, in the
Actually, it was I seen stats of combined
okay.
playoffs and Swiss, and it looked like you were the most consistent in both combined. Was the same amount of attention put also into the rest of the map pack?
Yes, I have to say, me personally, I was practicing all 10 maps since day one the same way, because I didn't want to be behind schedule, let's say this week, this upcoming week, and not knowing the other 5 maps at all. I know a lot of people will have it that way. I don't, because I quite like them. I think the other half of the map pack is more challenging. So I was like, yeah, why would I prioritize the easier 5 maps
Mm-hmm.
and then have less time for the harder half of the maps? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm prepared on all 10.
And the maps themselves seem to suit Sinners better than the last set. And call me out if I'm wrong, because I'm not an expert in like maps and styles and like that. But at first viewing of the maps, I got the impression that there is more tech elements in the maps. Is that the secret, or do you feel like something else is different?
Look, we can also drive other surfaces than road.
Of course,
It's
of
not
course.
no. Thing is, we had an interview like a few months ago that you managed not to record apparently, but I was speaking about this already. That our issue last season was, yeah, like, in terms of the tracks, was mainly the identities. Like, we had some potentially very good maps in the map pack, but exactly those maps were usually ruined by a coin toss identities, let's say something like reps or arrow pipes, like those maps could
Hmm.
be huge for us, but what does it matter if the identity is then 50-50, for
Yeah.
everyone, like these sides? And so I feel like the map pack doesn't suit us any like isn't that much favorable for us compared to the previous one in the driving lines on or the surfaces or anything. But the identities are not so wonky this time. They are not so random, some of them. I mean, you know what I mean by random. It's just that they sometimes don't decide that much this time. Like,
Hmm.
the identities are a bit more competitive than last time, and it also makes the practice more motivating to you, I guess, when you know that, yeah, the races will be actually decided by me. You know?
Hmm. Yeah, that's great to hear that the opinions of different pros align, because I've heard the same thing from others, that the identities now actually are way better at not
More
deciding the whole,
competitive.
yeah, at not
Yeah.
deciding. So that's great to hear that you guys are pretty much aligned on the same thing, that this is actually a fact, and we can go off of that. And hey, stage 2 just started. You definitely started on a high note, but will that momentum keep its pace for the next 5 weeks of regular season? Do you think like other teams have, like, you can like still improve that much that other teams can't catch up as much as possible?
You tell me again. I don't know.
I
uh,
mean, I don't know.
I'll
You're the
be.
guys like inside, right?
Obviously, a team like Solary has more room for improvement at this
Mm-hmm.
moment, I guess, than maybe we do. But let me put it this way: the, every single team had improved between step 7 and playoffs
Mm-hmm.
from those that played the playoffs. Like, the pace was still improving, and I can tell you that it's not gonna be different this time. So yes, we might. I might be 1 week ahead of schedule compared to someone else, but it doesn't mean that I will hit the wall like next week.
Mm-hmm.
There will still be a room, so it's just good for me that I might be 1 week ahead compared to, I don't know, Otak, or
Yeah.
who played with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and and that's exactly what I was asking about. That's great to hear. And we've got the schedule already. Your first match is a very fun. You get to take revenge for the ASC Grand Finals against the Lions. With the introduction of the rest of the map pack, how confident are you in this match?
Oh, you know what? It's kinda unfortunate that we have to play them already again, because they
Mm-hmm.
seem to be really well grinded and also both in very good shape. So, funnily enough, I would even prefer to play Solary week 1 rather than
Mm-hmm.
Alliance. I think it will be incredibly hard for us to beat Alliance like this. But I think we showed our strengths in the All Stars, and it was a pretty even match, pretty much 50
Mm-hmm.
50. So I think they might have said the same thing like I just did. You know, it's probably the hardest. We are one of the hardest opponents coming into step one, I guess. So
Mm-hmm.
they would probably also prefer to play us a bit later, but we'll see. It will be a good match.
Mm-hmm. And I remember from our previous interview that actually didn't get recorded properly. You've said that you guys got messed up by the Superweek early. Like you guys got big in the first
Yes.
matches, and I think someone else, I don't remember correct. I don't remember now who it was, but you guys lost to them in the first weeks, and you said that you thought that you might have had better chance if they came up later in the season. So now you have Alliance and you have also KC. So will Super Week decide it again? Will it be a prophecy of succession of success, or do you think that either you lose here or win here, it doesn't matter?
I think it's different this time. The maps are different, and also myself compared to the start of previous split. Like this is actually after many years the first TMGL season that I can play with a clear mind without having any university responsibilities because it's finally done. I mean, I officially finished in January, but I had my university finals in January, like 1 week before the Super Week. And
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you, thank you. Just to make put it into context, you know, like yeah, obviously I was still putting a lot of time into practice, but it's not like you have the clear mind, you are chilled, you know. I'm in a better spot right now mentally compared to January, obviously. And also it's now more of a priority or like for me, you know, in my head, also subconsciously. So I'm looking forward to play Trackmania. It's not like I play it because I have to, but because I enjoy it, you know.
And to finish it all, I've heard from some players that Sinners might actually be reaching top 3 in their opinion this season. Where are you aiming this stage for yourself?
I'm aiming to stay motivated until step 7. I'm aiming to keep my morale high and to, to keep improving and hopefully win some matches along the way. I don't know really, but getting to playoffs would be the first step, I guess.
That's definitely the first step. I understand it's a different mindset, definitely a healthy one for sure. Thank you for the interview. Do you have any short message for the fans?
mm, Not really, not really, because I don't want to make any statements. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
possible that we lose 7-0 again and I retire. You know, who knows what happens in 2 months. So I'm just looking forward to the seasons and wish us luck, I guess.
Me and the fans are definitely hoping that does not happen again, and definitely not the retirement. But yeah, we're wishing you good luck. And to all the viewers, you can find all the links to Kappa's socials in the description. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe for more interviews and actually breaking news lately in the future. Thank you very much.